Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Nur.
My name is Nur.
And together we are Light-Hearted
Dads.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Light-Hearted Dad, episode 7. MashaAllah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, racking up the numbers. Lucky number 7, as some say.
Ooh.
Do you believe in that stuff?
Nah, I don't, man. I'm not superstitious like that.
That's good. But the question is, do you believe in other stuff?
Interesting. Birthdays?
Do you celebrate birthday?
I'd be lying if I said I don't. But to be honest, I don't make a big deal out of it in my birthday. But whereas if it was someone else's, I do make a big deal out of it. What about you? You look like a turkey guy at Christmas, bruv.
Turkey guy at Christmas? I have no idea what that means.
Means like, do you do like roast chicken at Christmas?
No idea where you got that one from, bro. But yeah, no, birthdays. I'm sorry, I actually forget my birthday. You know, it literally goes by. My kids, obviously, kids being kids, they pick up on like, my youngest daughter does. She just always says, "Oh, it's your birthday, it's your birthday." I was like, okay, great, but you know, she does it with everybody in the house. But it's not like we don't celebrate it. It's never been the case. You know, we've taken that position. Like I said, birthday is it's just another day getting closer to your death. It's something really to celebrate. It's something maybe to reflect upon. So it's not something which we've ever kind of.
Okay, so first thing first is, why is it wrong?
Why is it wrong? You know, when we look at kind of religious festivals, or just generally in terms of festivals and customs. Now, I know there are some people who throw this opinion around, which is, and there's nothing wrong with birthdays. Why? Because there wasn't anything that makes it forbidden. Yeah, meaning the hadith or thing that talks about that. But when we look at birthdays, also then look back at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and then look at his companions thereafter. Did any of them celebrate their birthdays? Did any of them do any of those things? They didn't, and we should be emulating and looking towards them in terms of how we approach and how we live our life in the festivals that we do celebrate. Additionally, you know, if you go back really to the root of where birthdays came from, it was from a pagan belief, if I'm correct.
No, you're correct.
Yeah, which was that every year they would celebrate they lived, which means that they believed every year they're in a battle between them and death, and every year they lived, they had defeated death and they had won. Yeah, and on the basis of that, they used to celebrate that I defeated death for a year, and then every year would go on like that. Now, that in its premise is all very much kind of un-Islamic. It's shirki. It's just wrong, because we know the whole concept of what death is. Isn't a thing of we're in a constant battle with death. No, death is appointed at its time. When the angel of death comes, he will take you. Now, how he takes you and what state he takes you is based on how you lived your life. And this is not this kind of thing of the battle back and forth. And on top of that, you know, if we really, we should be nurturing ourselves and our iman, that we are detached from this world and we're longing for the hereafter, our eternal home. So therefore, believers are the ones that should welcome death when it comes. You know, because why? It means it's now the journey point that we can go into the everlasting. It's the point we can now go into, inshallah, meet Allah, and all of the things, the goodness that would await us, inshallah. So, you know, all of these reasons why I say, no, I don't celebrate birthdays, and I don't really make a big deal. In fact, so many times I forget my age. You know, obviously I know the birthday because, you know, you have to write all these forms and you sign here, you do this, and you always, so you know your birthday. You can't not know the birthday. But, you know, as the day comes around, you don't know, like, what's the date today? I had to ask somebody else. I remembered, today's the 22nd. You know, so it's like that. You know, I forget dates, and same thing, I forget birthdays. Actually, the other day, I forget how old I was. I asked my wife, I said, what's my age? I forgot. And I said, no, we stood there for a second. I don't want to reveal my age. But, you know.
35.
It's 35, yeah. So I thought I was 34, but then I realized, no, actually, I'm 35. So I lost a year somewhere, you know. But, you know, I forget things. This happened before, where another time where I was with a group of brothers and we, like, you know, went away somewhere and there's, like, new people that you're meeting and you have to do introductions. And then I just forgot my age. I'm like, And I remember there's a brother here that's next to me who's just a couple of months younger than me. I said, how old are you? Yeah, and go, all right, that's my age. So that's how I had to work it out, because sometimes you just forget it. So it's really not important whatsoever within my life. And the same thing for children, you know, it's something that as they grow up, Sometimes I take the mick at the kids. I'm like, oh yeah, look, because I might take the mick out of them, saying, oh yeah, I'm getting to a certain age, and they'll be like, oh, you're getting old. I said, no, I'm young. I know my wife. Sometimes we joke in terms of regarding that, but nothing in terms of celebrations. That's the position that we take.
Okay, understandable. I completely agree with you as to why someone wouldn't want to celebrate birthdays. Agree with the fact that what benefit it brings and the Islamic background behind it. I have been told that it isn't wrong. There's, like you said, there's different opinions, right? And I know you mentioned in terms of like it's a paganistic kind of ritual, yeah. But saying that, like that's long gone. Like this is the kind of thing that it might be controversial, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it out there.
Mm.
At the time of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we were told like to put men were to wear clothes above our ankles because at the time it showed arrogance. Yeah, because the rich people, for people who don't know, is the rich people used to wear clothes below the feet and they used to drag it along the floor to show how rich they are. They can change their clothes, they can wear different clothes every day and stuff like that. And there's read about it. It's quite interesting actually when Abu Bakr was saying to someone, roll up your finger while he was hurt or something along those lines. But to today's date, it's not relevant.
What's that got to do with birthdays, bro?
Like I said, like it's not relevant. Like what's so bad about birthdays? What's good and what's bad about birthday? Like I don't see any and it's very hard not to say, oh, happy birthday, bro, or like, oh, you was born today, or to say like, oh, I make dua for you, or, I'm making dua for you, bro. Like how my mates have become religious. The ones that have become religious, I actually say, may Allah give you long life. I actually still wish them happy birthday, but in a different form. Do you get it? They're like, oh, jazakallah khair, bro, this and that. And every year, I'm weird about dates. I've got this thing about dates, and I'm obsessed with it. I will remember people's birthday. I remember people in my past. I remember all their dates, like special dates. I'll go throughout the whole year, and I'll be like, something happened on this day. Something happened on this day. And I'll remember it. And I'll be like, if it's something bad, I'll remember it that day. And it'll kind of drag me down a bit. But what I'm getting at is, what's wrong with it? Like, I get the fact that Halloween is mad. Yeah, we'll go into that. Christmas, yeah.
But the excuses that you're using, yeah. Well, I'll call it excuses anyway. Just say, okay, right, this is ages ago. It doesn't matter anymore. The point is it was effectively a religious festival. Yeah, it was a festival grounded within a idol worshipping, paganistic belief. And so the roots of it and how it started is still as important. So, for example, now, yeah, you want to do another one? Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Okay, before we do Valentine's Day, yeah, jeans is a Christian thing.
What?
Jeans. Read about it.
Jeans as in
jeans,
jeans.
as in jeans, yeah, is actually a Christian a symbol, kind of like their religious kind of clothes. Do you get it?
Okay, not aware of that really. I'm not too sure what the significance it has within their religious kind of.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where the Christians used to wear stuff like that. Now, we wear it today.
The thing is, again, I can't really comment on that. I don't know much about the jeans
Okay.
kind of the things, so I'm kind of really oblivious to that. What I'm talking about is things that relate to a belief system, acts of worship, and all of those things that come together with it. And it's really important that one of the things that Islam came about to differentiate between other religions and Islam, to the extent that there are many examples. So when, for example, after the Masjid Nabawi was built, and the Muslims migrated, the first thing they were talking about, okay, how can we call the people to pray? So some say, oh, why don't we do a bell? Because no, that's what the Christians do. Why don't we? I think it was blowing the horn. I think the Jews do that. I think it was. And some different examples. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then obviously, then eventually a dream was revealed, which basically gave the adhan, and then that's how we got that. Because why? These were also connected with other religions. These symbols with this bell and the horn. So we don't imitate that.
Yeah.
Similarly, Ramadan said, look, grow your beards and trim your mustaches to be differentiate from the mushrikun. Because the mushrikun used to grow their mustaches. Yeah. Then there's other examples where the Prophet ﷺ, for example, the fasting of Ashura. Yeah. So the 10th of Muharram. Yeah. When they came to the Prophet ﷺ, said the Jews are fasting today. Because why they're fasting? Because this is the day that Musa ﷺ saved the Bani Israel from Fir'aun. Prophet ﷺ, we have more of a right over Musa than they do. Yeah. And he said that if I'm alive next year, then I'll fast on that day. And then the companion said, did you not tell us to be different from them? And he goes, yes, so we'll fast either a day before or day after. So you do things to, it's important that differentiation between other faiths and their religious practices that took place. So it's a really important thing. That's why Allah gave us celebration, was He gave us the 2 Eids. We have that as celebrations. And then many other things that you could celebrate, which if they're not necessarily grounded within some sort of paganism or other kind of religious kind of festivals or so, then that's a different topic. Yeah, I know there are some people. If you shift it a bit, you talk about anniversaries. There's some who say they don't do it, and there are others who do it. But from what I understand, that it's not really rooted in anything that goes back to any sort of festival or anything like that. It's just like kind of a date of an anniversary, or and people do anniversary for different things. Doesn't mean even a marriage anniversary. You might say, oh, this is the anniversary of, I don't know, the other day, anniversary of 9/11, for example. People use it in that sense of remembering that this is a date of something that happened before.
So is that halal?
What, the anniversary one? From what I understand, it's not something that's rooted within any sort of, or came from some sort of specific religious practice.
So does that make it haram?
No, that is based on my limited knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah? If I'm wrong, please do comment. And
Okay,
explain.
you know what you said about anniversaries and what you said about just before about Eid. Yeah, let's discuss that later on. Yeah. What we can do for kids and Eid days.
Yeah, that's definitely
So
an important point.
let's
So the whole thing I was saying, right, while it's not relevant, you're saying, okay, right, this paganism stuff, it's not relevant to today, I'll come to that because that links to Christmas, and that also, let's go to Valentine's Day, because I don't want to go to Christmas yet. Let's do Valentine's Day, because Valentine's is another one which I know many Muslims celebrate. Many couples, many people who are married, they pick out February the 14th,
Yeah.
Now, again, this is another celebration that was, again, which was grounded in other faiths and paganism, And it goes back to the whole issue of Saint Valentine, who used to marry off, what do you call it? I think it was during the time of the Romans. There was something about he wanted to increase in the army, and there was about the whole issue about not letting people get married, and there was this guy who used to basically marry people off. So that's one. But you go even further beyond the whole thing of Cupid and all of those things. They're enshrined within some religious practices that go really back. And so, this whole celebrating, I think, it's just love. This is just celebrating a day and all of those things. In fact, it's actually very much rooted within some other religious kind of customs.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Now, I linked it back to Christmas. A lot of people, unfortunately, and this is what really irritates me, I see Muslims who are now effectively embracing Christmas. There are things that saying, there are even some silly people who come out and say, oh, you're just celebrating the birth of Jesus. Jesus is a prophet in Islam, so we're celebrating his birth. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah. Then you got people who dress up, wear Santa hats, no problem. Merry Christmas, everybody, this, and giving out Christmas cards and that, and doing their secret Santas, and doing this and doing that. Like, what's going on?
Look, there's a couple of things that you've mentioned, and I'm sitting here, I'm actually boiling up. The reason why I'm boiling up is I see it on Snapchat, Instagram, even on like some WhatsApp status, people putting up doing Halloween. Mind my French, but okay, I won't swear. It does my head in. Like,
it's around the corner.
Bro, why are you dressed up as a zombie? Why are you dressed up as a shaitan? Why are you dressed up as a munafiq, like an evil person? Like, why? Like, oh my God. Like, I remember like close family members used to do it, and like the reason why I didn't go too deep into it, like screaming and shouting, is because of lack of Islamic background. And alhamdulillah, like now I see a massive change in them. Do you get it? But because of lack of knowledge or what the implication it has on the younger generations or the friends they have, like I didn't say much. I said like like, look, I'm not liking this. Like, I didn't say it at that particular moment. Is when I saw them, I said, like, you shouldn't do that. It's haram, straight up haram. Like, you don't need to be a scholar to say that to them. Do you get it?
No, it's clear. It's clear,
It's
bro.
clear. Like, you are literally moving over to the shaitan, another realm. Like, you literally.
It's devil worship. It's celebration of the jinns, of the shayateen, of everything that is evil, witchcraft.
It's shame.
and all of
Listen,
those
listen.
things.
I don't blame it on the kids. I blame it on the parents. It's the parents' fault. If they don't have control over their kids, and they let their kids dress like that, or let them go out or do whatever, shame on you. Absolute shame on you, bruv. Do you get it? To the parents out there who have no control over their kids, over stuff like this, shame on you. Seriously.
But a lot of these parents might be the ones who are also doing it themselves.
Bro, this is where it all starts. Have you noticed these influencers that we spoke about last week?
Yeah.
You should see their mothers, bro. You should see their mothers. Like, I'm not joking, bro. You should see their mothers. Like, some of them I see their mothers, like, you know, don't get me wrong. Not all of them are single parent. Not all of them are, like, loose. I'm going to use the word loose because, bro, what I've seen, they're loose. And I'm gonna call it out. They're loose, man. Do you get it? And let's, like, if you have no control over your kids on that particular day, or you don't have knowledge that this is wrong, then shame on you, man.
Do you know something? You don't even need knowledge. You know, anybody who believes.
And
in
where
La ilaha
is the
illallah.
look? No, I'm pointing out that the mother, right, or whatever, etc. But where is the father? Your kids are on the street, yeah. Like, I remember, listen, my dad said to me, like, Foot, whatever you do, I don't want no one to ever say, I saw your son in a mela. He said that to me once. Wallahi, I went to mela before he said that to me, yeah. I was oblivious. I didn't know what was happening. I was back in, like, early 16, 17, 18, yeah. And then, but since he said that to me, he said, son, I never want to hear anyone saw you in a mela. I've never been. I'm so against it. But at that time, I just listened to my dad. I didn't think much of it. I just listened to him. But when I see it today, I feel ashamed, man. Like, I can't believe it. These people go to mela. It's like shameful, man. Like, my people.
Yeah.
Do you get it? They go to mela and they listen to, like, the singers and all these people wearing bulbuli clothes and, like, out there and stuff
It's
like
just
that.
a place for boys and girls to get up to no good, basically. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
like,
It's just,
this is where it all starts. This is what normalizes stuff like Halloween, Christmas. It's okay.
because you know the point that I have is that with these things, it goes back to what you said about birthdays, and this is the issue I have with it, which is all of these things are rooted in shirk, in paganism, in kufr, in all of these kind of things. Yeah. Today, yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, look, somebody dressing up as a ghost doesn't mean they believe in ghosts. Or somebody doesn't believe in that. Or somebody does a birthday doesn't believe in they defeated death. Somebody does Christmas doesn't believe that Christ was resurrected and born and blah 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 blah." These are all the stuff that they say. They say because it doesn't have that same meaning today. And they're trying to use this argument because no, its roots and where it all came from is that is came from that, and so you can't engage in that. You know, like I said, in people who don't have knowledge about Halloween, you don't even need anything. If you are a Muslim and you know La ilaha illallah, you know by default this is wrong. How can you be celebrating? You know, they call it Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and where all the whatever is spirits, ghosts, and all other rubbish, yeah, witchcraft, wizardry, and whatever, all of this stuff. You're celebrating this, and you know this is all of the evil, yeah. Yet you dressing up, there's nothing wrong with it. You wearing a devil's horn. Seriously, how could you think that that's okay? And to do devil signs with your fingers and all of the other stuff that they do, like. Seriously, you think that this is actually okay? Yeah, and that's what I said. That I can't believe that those things happen. That's why I said it's no. That's why the way you look at Halloween, same way you should look at Valentine's, same way you look at birthdays, and same way you look at Christmas. This really frustrates me. I see, and that's what I said. It goes back to these influencers. We talked about it last week. Influencers. They're the ones out there that putting on their Christmas hat, saying Merry Christmas and all of those things and everything's so great. Having roast dinner. You know, when I was speaking to some of the shuyukh, they said to eat. On they even say on the 25th of December, it's forbidden for you to have turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, because on that day is part of the religious festival that they have turkey. Yeah, now, having any other day of the year, it's fine, but that day, I've even heard opinions where they talk about that even to buy Easter eggs on for the Easter day is wrong because it's part of the whole. What is Easter? Easter is a celebration of rebirth
You know
of
what
Christ.
people don't understand? Yeah, these people don't understand. Look at Boris Johnson. Yeah, his great grandfather was part of the Ottomans.
He's a Hafid of Quran.
Bro, he was quite significant. And look where his grandson is today. So this is where the problem is. This is where the problems that you lot are, and myself are gonna face. When we celebrate it, we're normalizing it. When us kids see what we're doing, they're gonna be like, "Oh, our parents did it." Do you get it? When they're gonna start doing it as a like a every year ritual kind of thing, their kids are gonna think, "Oh, our ancestors did it. My mum did it. My dad did it. My grandparents did it." And by the time it comes to their kids, no, it's a ritual. It's halal for them. It's halal.
And it's the gateway to all of these things. Because what happens is people are confused. Okay, what's the difference between Islam and what's this? Or everything is allowed. No, it's not. Islam is very, very clear. These are the days that Allah has prescribed for us to celebrate, to enjoy. Yeah. And we differentiate ourselves from the mushrikeen, from the kuffar. And that's what needs to be very clear. We are different. And do you know what's happening? Because in this society, the yearning people have, they want to fit in. They want to be like, you remember, as I said, we talked about this the other day when we talked about Islamophobia. Let me tell you this, you will never be accepted. Even the guy who, and this is the other thing as well, because the majority of Muslims tend to be obviously people of color. Yeah. Even if you gave up your religion and you went everything all the way to the end, live just like them, at the end of it, they still won't accept you. Why? You're still brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is boiled down to, you can go all the way to the nth degree and they still won't accept you. The point is they won't. They won't.
Is it,
so
is it
don't.
a savage? What's it? Javid.
Sajid Javid, yeah.
If you're listening, mate, shame on you.
But he even says, well, this is the funny thing is they use the Muslim like as if it's almost like a race. But he even himself admitted that he doesn't believe in Allah.
Yeah.
None of those things.
Yeah.
So this is said. These guys they're not Muslims anyway, man, because they're them from their own mouths have uttered disbelief. Yeah. So how can you say that? And Muslim isn't a thing. Yeah, you're a Pakistani, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give you that. That's your ethnicity. But sorry, Muslim isn't a race. Yeah. So this is the problem we're having. That next generations come in, and these things get normalized, and then they go further and further away from the religion. Like you said, it's scary to think that in just 1 or 2 generations later, your children could be disbelievers. Your great children could be disbelievers.
So I heard this story, how idol worshipping happened.
Yeah.
So there was a moment where everyone believed in Allah, and then there was a point where there was heroes, yeah, in the village, and then there was like a drought, yeah. There's a drought of and then this person made dua, like give rain and stuff like that. This person was rich, he gave out money. Does it make sense? There was another one, and so and so, and then that generation passed away. So this next generation said they were in a drought. Do you get it? And then Shaitan came disguised as a person and said, your previous generation, they did this. This person did this. You should make a statue of them. Just make a statue of them. The next generation came and they said, the next generation saw these statues, grew up with the statues. And then so many generations later, it came to a point where they said, these are the people that, there was another drought. Those are the people that saved you. You get it? Seek to Allah through them. Then few generations later, what happened was they made them into gods. So these are the people that brought you rain. These are the people that brought you rizq. Gave you money and stuff like that. Pray to them and then increase in your blessings. And that's how it all started. Like a section of it. So quote me if I'm wrong or not, but this is what I've heard. But it's just so relevant. Do you get it? The reason why a lot of people are leaving Islam, and we said we're going to discuss this in a future episode, is because of this. The fact that we are not educated ourselves and we're not passing it on to our kids.
No one more. We're not confident in our Islam. We're not proud of it.
We're not.
And that's what it boils down to. A lot of the time you say, oh, we're this and that. No. We should be confident. We have izzah. Alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-Islam. You know, I thank Allah that Allah gave us the blessing, the ni'mah of being a Muslim, of having Islam. And my children, alhamdulillah, they really can appreciate it sometimes. A couple of times we've, I've come back with kids and it's late at night and you have to go through certain parts of the city, maybe, just so you come from a family's house. The kids just look out and they see these people, and we'd always talk about it. Said, look at these people. They're just lost. They're staggering around. They're drunk. They're crying over there. They're fighting over there. They're throwing up over there. Their lives are just empty. Why would anybody want to live this life? Why would anyone want to be like them? And why would anyone want to seek their approval? You look at all of those things. And the kids say, yeah, these people are just... You work 9 to 5, work your backside off, Monday to Friday, and that's it, just so you can go on the lash on this Friday night, and you can just literally urinate out all of your money.
Just to top on that, yeah? Okay, carry on. Actually, you finish off.
So they go through all of that process. So you think, who wants to live? Who wants this life?
Yeah.
What is it? It's emptiness. And that's why we were talking about it. I say it to my kids as well. Did you not see the stories of those millionaires and billionaires who just top themselves, who jump off buildings? Why? Because they have no peace. You can have all the material things in this dunya to give you fame, money, power, women, whatever it may be. You won't find happiness. And that's what Islam gives you. And yet we want to run to that. It makes no sense. That's why we're having this new generation of people who are born Muslim, who have become these influencers, who are corrupting generations. And I call out every single one of these influencers. You are in a position, and what you do has an impact on others. So don't talk about this rubbish of only God can judge me. You are being judged, and you'll be accountable for misguiding all of these people through your actions. So you turn yourself off and get off social media, or you fix yourself up. Don't go around trying to mix up the religion. Oh, I've got a scarf on, or you drop some Islamic words here and there, and suddenly, oh, that's all okay. But I celebrate Eid, but I also do Christmas, I also do this. Don't walk down the religion. You don't represent Islam. You've got nothing in that right to even talk about it then. Because what you're doing is you're corrupting future generations. And that's why, really, I'm going back to last week's mode, getting annoyed that these people, you'll be held accountable, and Allah will hold you accountable for your actions. So that's why it's actually really scary. Being in the limelight is scary. Having positions of authority, of power, of influence is scary. Why? Because Allah mentions that every one of you is a shepherd, and Allah will hold you accountable for your flock. And the mother is a shepherd for her flock, and the father is a shepherd for his flock. Do you not think these influencers, these people out there who are now influencing other people, effectively you're playing a role of a shepherd? Now, what you put out there influences these people. You will be held accountable Yawm al-Qiyamah. You now do something which is un-Islamic and people follow you. You will be held accountable Yawm al-Qiyamah. So will the individual, but you will be as well. So know that. And that's what I would say to these social media influencers, that this is exactly what you are doing. And it just really irritates me. That's why I just kind of a complete, almost hatred for these people, because of the way they are destroying Muslims and the next generations.
Look, I see why you're passionate, because you're in that field and you're seeing parents coming to you asking you, Nuri, we are suffering. We are having issues. We don't even have a relationship with our sons and daughters. And it falls down to what they see on TV, on social media, their surroundings. And it's so sad that as much as I would give or try my best to be there for my son, my nephews and nieces, unfortunately, the wider world, is too big to fight by myself. And it's hard because not everyone is on the same page. And the reason why not everyone's on the same page is because it's not that deep. Like, Christmas is not that deep. Bruv, it's the only day that all of us are free. That's the only day where, we're all at mums. It's the only day where, everything is closed, nothing to do. Let's just enjoy it. I get the fact that we're all together and we're enjoying it. That's all fine. But to imitate, like the amount of roast chickens and turkeys and like, all this stuff I see on Christmas Day, it makes me sick. Wallahi, it makes me sick. Like, I've got loads of Christians and loads of like white friends, and not even religious. They do it because it's just a ritual. I get that, but why are you doing it? And I got loads of I got a couple of my white colleagues that actually see my shows. Yeah, even they understand. Like, they say, why do you guys do? We never celebrate Eid. We never look at Eid. We don't even, like, we just about say Eid Mubarak, like, but we don't have a clue what it is. But yet we know everything about Christmas. We know the meaning, why it happens, and what is, it's like,
Christmas irritates me, man, because even if you go to it and say, okay, you're celebrating Isa alayhi salam's birthday, he wasn't even born on that day. Even the Bible says it itself.
February or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when the flowers are blossoming. So you're looking at springtime. Easter is a closer time to his birth, according to the Bible, I'm saying, than the 25th of December. So all of this is just rubbish. And then the whole belief is his birthday. What do the Christians believe in? It's shirk. They have made associate partners with Allah. They say Allah has a son. Then this is not
25th of December is actually a paganistic ritual day.
Exactly, and
and the reason why the House of England or something like that. Sorry, Church of
England.
Yeah, Church of England. Yeah, they actually made it on the 25th of December to fight evil with the good. That's why they changed it to that date. I've researched about it for some reason. I don't know why, but that's the reason why they moved it from February, I believe. Or February, March, when Isa alayhi salam was born, to 21st of December.
So all of these things you look at, it's just load of rubbish. The commercialization of it all as well. That's another issue.
Valentine's Day is all about commercialization.
Valentine's Day, look, I would say the moment September hits, I was in Asda, you start seeing the Christmas stuff popping up. It's just a massive run-in to make money. It's commercialization of it. If I'm correct, the Santa Claus they had used to be green before, but because of Coke or something like that. I remember reading this somewhere. I don't know how true it is. But Coca-Cola rebranded him red, and then since then it's stuck or something, And then you look at Valentine's Day commercialization, Halloween. All right, they got Guy Fawkes Night. It's not really a religious festival. It's more of a political one than anything else.
Yeah,
that's a different one. So it's not really religious at all. It's just celebrating that they killed a guy. Again, it seems very violent. For a nation who's supposed to be standing for justice and all of that thing, it's very violent to burn somebody on the spike, or whatever it was they did.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go in order. Yeah. Valentine's Day. Yes or no?
No way.
Okay. Let's go to celebrating other religious festivals like Hanukkah.
Of course not.
Diwali.
Of course not.
Christmas.
Of course not.
Halloween.
No way.
Birthdays.
No.
Okay, listen. Valentine's Day. We gotta talk about Valentine's Day. Like, brothers, it's so bloody cringe. What are you doing, bro? Like, what do you take out? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't. Ignore that. But, brothers, like, seriously, I get sisters, yeah. They feel like they want to get a bit of like a special treatment, and it's like a trend, or they want
no girls or something.
No girls girls I know, they love flowers and stuff like that. Probably only the man might actually change his mind and buy flowers, because bro, buy your wife flowers, buy your wife gifts, spoil them.
It's 365 days in a year.
Yeah, spoil them. But don't do it on a Valentine's Day when it's haram in the first place. Second thing is, it's cringe, man. It's so bloody cringe. Like, look, man, like the restaurants are packed on that day. Do you get me? Like,
Flowers are sold out.
people's
Chocolates
sisters are there,
disappeared.
bro. Like, people's, like, bro, man, like, I sometimes wonder, like, yeah, man, that's someone's sister. Do you know what I mean? Like, the reason why, like, I'm picking up female more than males is, like, you want to protect the sisters, right? As a Muslim guy, I feel like I want to protect the women. Yeah, don't give a monkeys about the men. Do you get it? But as sisters, like you want to protect it, man. Why show yourself out in public, being with a man on Valentine's Day? Do you get it? People would know you're with that person. And for married couples, that's even more sad because you know what haram or halal is now. Do you get me? You made it halal, keep it halal. It's like one of my nephews was born on the 14th of February. Wallahi, like, my family, like, they do birthdays, yeah? And, well, it's small steps. I stopped doing it. Don't make a big deal out of it. And slowly, my influence will rub off onto my family. Do you get it? But I don't want to stop them from doing it, like saying, look, it's haram. You can't do it. Not in this house and stuff like that. Because obviously different scholars have different opinions. And the opinions that I've been given of like, okay, makes sense. You get me, yeah? But let's go back a bit, yeah? Valentine's Day. He was born on Valentine's Day. I'm very strict when it comes to Valentine's Day or Halloween and stuff like that. I always bombard my social media by saying, don't do it. It's haram. It's haram. It's haram. Do you get it? I make it very clear. It's haram. People look at my stuff, yeah, and they know I'm against it.
People call you out and call you haram police, yeah?
No, I don't give a... I don't care.
I hate that term because it's like a way of saying,
look,
somebody's doing haram police to almost legitimize what they're doing.
No one's got the guts to call me haram police. No one's got the guts. And if you do, bro, I'll just put it up. I'll just screenshot it and just put it up. Do you get it? Like, I don't care. They won't call me haram police. Do you get me? Yeah. Like, I love you.
But that's what I said. I hate that because you know what it is? It's a way of trying to show that I can do what I want to do. And if you call me out, oh, you're a haram police. Oh no, yeah, he's that moody guy. Oh, look at that. And then they throw it other ways. Oh, look at a guy commenting on this and or why is a girl commenting on that? You know, they try to always complete misdirect. Oh, only God can judge me. Oh, you don't know what's in my heart. Oh, you don't know if I pray at home. I'm like, oh, come on, man, please stop this. We talked about this the other day anyway, but I really can't stand this. Only God can judge me. You do things on a public platform, everybody judging you. End of story. You know, if you look at it in Sharia, you know, you committing open haram in public, and of course the hudud will be applied upon you.
But you know what the funny thing is? Do you see when they are getting attacked, the comments that comes afterwards from mainly brothers supporting that sister? So I remember I had this friend, and I had many female friends over my years in my life, yeah. And this sister kind of changed her dress sense all of a sudden. And she was on my social media. And if you're watching, I'm proud of your changes, alhamdulillah. But at the time, it was inappropriate, and I called you out. I said, what's happened to you? Is everything okay? She goes, what's wrong? Like, I said, like, you've changed. You've gone into modeling and stuff like that. Like, what's going on? And, like, more and more your shoulders are showing. So we can imagine the rest, right? So I said, more and more you're, from being covered up, you're, it's going outwards. And she goes to me, oh, God, like I know you care, Nur, and but I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm keeping it halal. Like, I'm not, doing anything that's haram. You get it? I'm wearing what I feel like comfortable in. So I said, it's wrong. Do you get it? And then every time she used to post, I said, see, and it came to a point where one day I said, what are you doing? In the feed, I said, what are you doing? Like, how is that? No, that's it. Someone said, mashallah. And that triggered me. Someone, like, obviously, they wrote mashallah. And I wrote back saying, what's mashallah about this? I said, you look, you post whatever you want to do. You want to put whatever you want to put up on there, do it. Yeah? They were actually wearing, it was all actually a Valentine's Day as well. It was actually a red thingy, and it was like cut up and stuff like that. And someone said, "Oh, mashallah, you're looking really pretty," and stuff like that. And then as I went to the comment, yeah, a lot of people are saying, "Wow, mashallah, this and that." But there was one that had so many likes, so I thought, okay, let me trigger that person in it. So I said, "What's mashallah about this? What has Allah blessed about this? What has Allah willed about this? What's so beautified about this?" I said it. Bruv, men were attacking me, calling me names, calling me this and saying, "Oh, why are you attacking this sister?" This sister didn't say nothing back to me. Do you get it? Because she knows where I stand. Do you get it? Because I had that conversation with her already. But these boys, even wallahi, even to this point where this boy from Germany, yeah, goes, "Next time I come London, I'll come looking for you." I said, "Wallahi, come looking for me, man. I don't care." Like it's so, just so stupid. Who is she to you anyway? Okay, maybe your cousin or whatever it is, or someone you like, or I know she's not your partner, but maybe someone you like or whatever, etc. But why are you promoting it? Why are you so getting angry about it? Like I just said, "What's mashallah about this?" And you see it, bro. Like I've had about that day, I had about 2 guys attack me, like through social media. One of them came to a point where he went actually to DMs threatening. So I said, "All right, cool. I live in Whitechapel, man. I'm not. You can't miss me. Do you know what I mean? It's London Mosque. You can't miss me. Do you get me? Come and find me. It's all right." But it's not that I'm a big man. I'm not. I'm not a big man. But for something like this, something for the sake of Allah, I'm educating, and I'm actually saying to you, like, this is wrong, and I'm actually putting myself into action by stopping it, verbally or physically or whatever it is. If you want to attack me for that, may Allah reward me Jannah, man. Or wherever you hit me or whatever, it goes to Jannah anyway. And I'll take your rewards. I'll take it all open-heartedly, open arms, sorry. But what I'm getting at is, bro, it's like you'll always see men jumping on to defend these influencers. You'll always see some sisters, like when you attack them, yeah.
You attack them.
Yeah. I attack anyone who's doing wrong. I attack them. Do you get it? Like I am not someone who does. I'm not perfect. I have a lot
Would
of
attack be the right word, or you call them out, or is like 'cause
Okay.
I don't know, I find attack a rather harsh word. I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do. I trigger them. Yeah, attack is a wrong word. Okay, even call them out is a wrong word. I trigger them, and I love triggering. Yeah, and the reason why I trigger people is it creates open conversations. Do you get it? It even creates knowledge that I may not have. Do you get it? And I get proven wrong, and I accept it, and I apologize. Like before, I used to swear and stuff when I was replying. I used to mock and this and that. Now, bro, people swear at my dad, my mom, or whoever. I won't respond by calling them out. I won't swear at them. Do you get it? But I would just continuously trigger them to a point where they'd actually come with some good information, but they swear at the end of it. Do you get it? So like, where I'm heading with this is where you doing it, do it. Okay, just do it. Don't do it in front of people. Don't show it on social media. Hide your sins.
That's what I would say at that point. If you're committing your sin and it's in the privacy, in your own privacy of your own home or wherever it is, then yes, that's between you and Allah. Yeah. And for which, I'm not saying that, it means that it's okay to then do that. No, because what's haram is haram. It's clear. But that judgment between you and Allah. But the moment you bring it out into the public sphere, then yes, you can be judged. Because like I said, if this was in, like I said, in Sharia, if you're doing this out in the public, obviously we don't have, an Islamic law being applied anywhere. But if this was the case, if you go now, for example, go to the time with the Prophet ﷺ, and you think somebody doing some of these haram things in public, would they not get punished for that? Of course they would. Would they not get judged? Of course. What is a judge there for then? Why is there a qadi? What does he do? He implements the laws of Allah. He makes the decision based on the Quran, based on the Sunnah. And then what does he do? He applies the judgment. So what's his rubbish about? Only God can judge me. So of course, I agree with that point. If you're going to do your rubbish, do it privately. Don't bring it out in the public. And then suddenly, if somebody says and comments, you're like, oh no, I got hate comments and blah 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 blah. And then suddenly you feel so shocked and so, oh no, how could that be? You know, okay, I don't encourage people to go abusive, to attack, and all of those things. My point being is, you can't then turn around if somebody opposes you in what you're flaunting and what you're doing and what you're encouraging, then don't turn around and say, only God can judge me. I'm sorry. But like I said, these people have the biggest influence, and they're playing a massive role in the corruption of our young people, of the next generation. And then the parents, as I said last time, I will blame the parents as well, because if the parents are oblivious to what their children are watching and getting up to, and who they're following, and who is actually shaping their mind, heart, and all of those things, then obviously you're going to be paying the price for that as well. You know, all of you will be. But I don't want to have a rerun of the previous episode we did on social media.
Okay.
But it goes back down to the point of what we're talking about. We're talking about celebrations and festivals and all of those things. It's really important that we have to make it clear. If you don't know, read up and read on the histories of birthdays, of Valentine's Day, of Christmas, or Halloween. Read up, educate yourself, and know what it is, because surely you know ignorance can only take you so far. Ignorance can only be a defense for so long. Yeah, at the end of the day, this is, like I said, this is something which is not acceptable within Islam. It is not something which is just this and just that. You know, that's why it becomes because scholars even said you can't say Merry Christmas, because you're wishing them upon their religious festival. Again, that isn't permitted. So, like I said, the scholars have said you can't even have turkey, and even having Easter eggs on the Easter day, and you know all of those kind of things, because these are part and parcel of their religious festivals and celebrations. That's how far it goes. That's where Islam, that's the position of it. So let us now flip back and be confident in our Islam. Let us be proud to be Muslims. And let us work within the limits and the boundaries Allah has set and what He's allowed for us to do. And in all honesty, what we are allowed to do is far more than what we are not allowed to do. But yet, for some reason, in our minds, we have flipped it to make it like there's so many things that are forbidden for us. In fact, the majority of things, because the ruling in Islam is everything is halal unless it's been made haram. So it's always on the positive side first. If we look at even food-wise, what's the limitation in food? There's a few animals that are forbidden to eat, full stop. And then there is just animals you can eat, but just make sure they are slaughtered in the correct way. It's halal. Everything is halal. You know, so that's why if you look at everything that's out there, we need to be proud within our Islam. We need to build that within our children, that we should be confident and proud within Islam. And we should always count the blessings Allah gave us. Like I said, on that card journey, my kids themselves can say, look at these people, man. They're just sick. Emptiness in their life. Do you not thank Allah that Allah gave you Islam? That He gave you a purpose?
The thing is, right, your kids are molded and given time by yourself and your wife. You've been talking to them. You've been encouraging them. You've been telling them what's right and wrong. So they know. So they're kind of like same mindset as you. To get it? But there's loads of kids out there that don't have this conversation. There's loads of kids out there who have been normalized to Christmas, because it happens in school. Like, we let our kids have these parties at school. And school makes it's so normalized that, you know, you can't pull your kids out or stuff like that, etc. Whatever it is, yeah. But look, before we say that, yeah, I just want to say to the fathers, and it's very important, to the men, all right? If you are celebrating Valentine's Day, shame on you. If you don't know where your kids are on that day, shame on you. If you are celebrating Halloween, or your kids are celebrating Halloween, or you don't know where your kids are that day, shame on you. If your kids are celebrating Christmas or being part of the festival and you're doing it in your home, shame on you. And if, for example, you are not with your kids or your wife, and your wife is, mate, get involved and stop it. Get involved and stop it. And if you are a mother or someone who's in a position of doing stuff like this, shame on you too. Because at the end of the day, you're killing the future generations. What we can't do this ourselves. So if you do not become haram police on those days, then shame on you too. Call them out. Tell them to stop them. Let's if you're hearing this, let's all make a pact that from now we're gonna stop this from happening.
First one is Halloween. It's just a couple of weeks away.
Let's just stop that from happening. Let's release this on Halloween.
Well, this can get released in the middle of October, so it's just before Halloween. So it's
Alhamdulillah, perfect. Okay, so now we've just bashed these festivals, yeah. Now let's go to what Allah has blessed us with. Allah has blessed us with 2 beautiful days.
No.
Yeah. What can we do on Eid days? How does your Eid look? Like very, very simple, very quick, very snappy. What can we do on Eid days?
Look, what I need to do is wish. Yes, it's very easy to say, kids slipping into Christmas because they make it all this pomp and festival and lights and colors and all of those things. So they make it attractive. Yeah. So our kids can very easily fall into that. So it's important that within our festivals we also make it attractive. Yeah, we should also make it like that, not something boring, not something dry. So there should be with Eid, have a build up. Build that up. It's coming. That's why a lot of things. There's so many things out there. Before when I first did it, there's only one place I could ever find that had Eid decorations. I remember that. Dig it all in. It's just one place. Yeah. Then now it's like everywhere. MashaAllah, it's good. Many varieties, many different places. So decorate. Get your kids involved in the decoration of that. Again, so we used to do that anyway. We used to buy new clothes. So even if you don't buy the new best clothes, whatever it is, but then again, you've got that ability to do that, to dress up. Yeah. Again, with the food as well, we have all of those things, all the customs. I make sure there's certain staple things that happen every Eid, because in our family there can't be an Eid without this food or that food. So make your own customs. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Have whatever foods that you wish to have, and different cultures have different kind of foods that they have for Eid. Then what happens is presents. It's really important. Get presents for the children. As the children get older, we did it last Eid, where the kids basically, because they have some money that's saved up. We're talking about when they do chores and stuff. They save some money, they spend some money and so forth. So from there, what they did is they used some of their money and basically they bought presents for everybody else. So now siblings are buying presents for each other. And then we're looking at maybe next time what you do is where, secret Eid, they call it, isn't it? Where basically somebody selects a name and you can buy something else a present, whatever. So, but my point
Secret mullah.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, exactly. So, but the point being is, do as whatever you can, just have that, and then on that day, like I said, have family, go visit them, or have them come around, friends and so forth. Make all of these things happen. Celebrate. Make it something that the kids look forward to and they're excited about. I love teasing the kids. So you get the presents already, and then that's it. Make sure it's out the day before. All the wrapped up presents. So it's just itching away at them. So then they wake up in the morning and they're jumping up and down saying, it's Eid. And so you make that enjoyment. Obviously, it starts changing a bit as the kids get older. And I know that with the teenagers, is that, it's not the same thing about the present now. Because before you could get certain presents. Now as they get older, these presents won't cut it. And you do get, obviously, costs a lot more if they want something substantial. But you can work around. You look at what it is that they need, what they can have, and you help them in that process, and you buy the things that they need and they want. But just celebrate it. Get them part and parcel of it. Make it something really enjoyable. And like I said, they're the days you eat, you celebrate, you be with family. On top of that, obviously you've got Eid al-Fitr, you've got Eid al-Adha. Then you've got the days of Tashriq, Yawm al-Tashriq, the 3 days thereafter, which is also part of the Eid days. Yeah. So celebrate them, make it something, especially on Eid al-Adha, have a 4-day celebration. Nothing wrong with that. So these are the things that we can do that, that's what I know what we do with ours. And I'm sure I would love to hear what other people also do on their Eid days as well. And it'd be good, but it's important. That one thing about Eid is not a day of disobeying Allah. Because what happens, many people, I know before it was the whole case of boys and girls going out and doing up to no good, especially, mashallah, sisters like to dress up. But again, make sure that if you are going out, that you're observing your hijab at least. If you're indoors, then it's a different story. and all of those things, they're important. Don't go out playing music, and all of those things, don't
Green
be,
Street,
I
Sappho.
said, this is not a day to disobey Allah. Because sometimes it makes the most craziest thing that you think, wow, Eid is a day to remember Allah, to be, and especially, for example, Eid al-Fitr. The 30 days of Ramadan, it's like shaitan now is unleashed, and that day people are going crazy, doing all the haram that they can do. No, 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 this isn't Eid.
Are we doing enough?
What do you mean by we're doing enough for Eid?
Look, are we like, okay, for example, okay, let's wind back a bit. My Eid, I'll be honest with you, it's become boring.
I forgot one other thing. Don't forget Eid Salah.
Yeah.
It's a really important thing, taking the whole family. Now we have Eid in the parks everywhere, man. Take everybody. It's an important thing because then it's part of the Eid day. They understand this. On Eid al-Adha, if you do Qurbani here. Let the people feel the element of that as well. So, sorry, I had to cut you off, but there are other things that just came to mind again. That do all of those things. Make it a day to say that it's a day of fun. Yes, it's a day of remembrance as well. But it's a day that we can have fun and enjoy it. And the kids love it. They really look forward to Eid.
Yeah. No, look, I totally agree.
You said your one's getting boring.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, man. And I'm glad you interrupted because you've actually put some gems in there. It's become boring because of the fact that it's wake up, go to Salah, come back, have samosas. I look forward to that because I don't have that much usually, and that's the only time that my mum actually makes like her own recipe. I don't like the shop ones. I get diarrhea and stuff. I don't ask. And then obviously before I used to go to a lot of cousins' houses. Don't do that anymore. And then there's a moment of like 6 hours of dry. Like everyone's going to the in-laws, and obviously I might spend my evening or my lunch at my in-laws. Or now what we do is we actually go the next day instead of going on the day. So I just get to spend the whole Eid at my house. Everyone's gone everywhere and the house is empty and stuff like that. And in the evening, we get together, we eat, and we give some gifts away and stuff like that. But only like subhanallah, like only recently I started to enjoy it. Like last Eid and the day, I enjoyed it. We decorated the whole house. We did secret like mullah. Yeah, we had so much banter with the presents that we gave to each other. Then we had so much food that we liked. Yeah, we had so many cousins come over, showing their faces. It was nice to, like, I don't know why. I think it's all down to intentions. Like where I'm thinking, hang on, I need to make Eid priority number one. Not birthdays, not Christmas, not all these other festivals. Eid, as a Muslim, is the highest of celebration, and it's the only celebration that I should be doing, right? And once I make that intention, everything changed. My thought process changed. Like I'm starting to think about getting gifts for kids. Like I wouldn't go as far as making a bloody like all out party and stuff, like where music and stuff like is involved. But like
playing the sheets, bro.
Yeah, but tell me more that we could possibly do to make that day a bit more halal and fun, especially for kids, like bouncing castles. And
yeah, you can do that. People who've got space and ability, they've got bouncy castles. Yeah, have a party, make it a party. Not to have music for a party. There's nasheed. Have everybody come around. Do other things. I remember we've done before. You get piñatas. You can do party games. All of those things that really help engage the kids, and kids look forward to. Because to be honest, what do I enjoy about Eid as an adult? Yeah, if you want for the kids, there's nothing like wow about it. Yeah, alhamdulillah, it's a day, it's a special day. But for me, my energy all goes into making it fun for the kids, and I love seeing the kids happy. And when they're happy, I'm happy.
Okay, we can make our own kids happy, but do you believe or do you think nowadays people don't go to each other's houses, and people are not as hospitable as they were before? Up north, I've noticed they're so hospitable, man. It's like you go somewhere And trust me, like neighbors will drag you in to go to their houses.
Yeah, I have London. People are much more hospitable. In London, I don't know. There's a certain culture, certain way.
It's so arrogant,
Where
bro.
you've got like like the whole thing about standing on the tube. You don't even smile at anybody. You don't say hello. If somebody smiles at you or says hello to you, you're thinking, "Who's this weirdo?" 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a society. But also, I think in the last year and a half or so, or a bit more, COVID has a massive impact. COVID, but then again, what I found was the opposite, which is because of COVID, people were itching to see each other.
Yeah.
But then I think also, I don't know, maybe that's also had an impact on people being.
People don't invite each other anymore, man. Like people don't invite people to each other's houses anymore. And friends don't like. I always say this to my friends, and my friends can vouch for me, man. I always tell them, like, look, man, like, bring your wives to my house, or let's introduce our wives. Yeah, like we don't have to be there, right? We can just, facilitate it, and then give them the opportunity to get to know each other, because we don't spend enough time with each other. We don't see each other because, most of the friends, not most, some of my friends are unfortunately gone to the other side of meeting with their wives' friends. So, sorry, their wives' friends, husbands and stuff, like the wife sides.
Oh, okay.
Do you get it? Their friends. And totally forgetting about his friends. Do you get it? I'm coming from. And that's respect to the sisters, because us men are too weak to actually say, nah, you need to know my friends too. Unfortunately, that's what's happened, because sisters have a more of a, what do you call it, a unity among themselves than us boys do. We just so happy with having WhatsApp groups, man. Do you get it? Like, WhatsApp group is our inna lillahi wa inna ilahi raji'un, or congratulations, alhamdulillah, someone was born, or someone's wedding planned, or someone's getting married. All right, yeah, I'll be there. And that's what WhatsApp group is nowadays, man. Do you get it? But sisters groups, bro, they're popping. Do you know what I mean? They talk about everything and anything. They link up. They go food places and stuff like that. Us boys, we have to like plan. Like, we have to plan ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like, my wife, I remember the other day, goes to me, I'm going out. You're looking after Mikhail. I'm like, okay. I didn't know about it, but I wasn't bothered about it. I wasn't unhappy about it. I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like thinking, yeah, sugar, man, when's the last time I seen my friends? Do you get it? I see my friends quite a lot, actually. But I see a lot of them in different times. Do you get it? But I don't see the ones that, like, I haven't seen for a while. And I haven't seen them. Like, I come to a point where I don't actually bother caring for them anymore. So I care about them. I don't go looking for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've had a lot to discuss today.
Yeah, no, I think I would also like to hear, obviously, I always say that. You always say that. We like to hear everybody's opinions on the matter, how you celebrate your Eids and all the other discussions.
Do you think it's okay to celebrate Christmas? Do you think it's okay to celebrate or do, Valentine's Day? Because it's not related to today, paganism and stuff like that. Okay, fair enough. But obviously, the 25th of December is a Christian ritual, yeah. But obviously, Halloween, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want you to justify it. Do you know what I mean? If you actually comment about Halloween and you agree to it, like, listen, you're gonna get a bloody bollocking from me. But anyway,
Nobody's coming after you here.
yeah, I'm coming after you. But the rest of them, like, what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to hear it as well and see it. But
Your opinion on birthdays, your opinion on anniversaries. Look,
yeah, just comment on today's discussion. I think it's really important to hear and share. But and if you're a social media influencer who decides to comment on it, I'll be really interested to see what you think of me.
yeah, no,
after today.
forget that. Let's bring them on.
Because, like I said, I'm very candid. You know, if you've got a platform, you've got ability to influence people, then do good. And know all of your actions will be accountable for. That's scary. And that's what you have to remember, that it's very, very scary. There'll be people out there who you don't even know will come and say, Allah, this person misguided me. I don't even know you. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say about influencers is, and if you're listening, influencers, yeah, you do not want to influence everything. because you don't specialize in everything. Majority of these influencers start off with fashion. Stick to your fashion. Do you get it? But remember that whatever fashion that you do, be conscious that whatever you do and people are following, and if they go to the haram way because of the way you are dressed, then that's your fault and you be accountable for it. But if you are a food blogger, stick to food. Yeah, no one needs to see your face. No one needs to see like excessive you telling others about other kind of opinions that you might have. Don't move from different things to different things.
Like, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Do you get it? Basically, it's just stay in your lane. Do you get it? Don't try to be jack of all trades, because that's where it goes wrong. Do you get it? When you try to jump into like saying, "Oh, I'm doing charity work and I'm doing all of this stuff and etc." Like, alhamdulillah, do it. By all means, do it. Do you get it? Yeah. And you're using your platform to raise money. Alhamdulillah, very good. Keep doing that. But don't go into other stuff like, you know, celebrating Christmas and telling everyone you're celebrating Christmas. Keep that low. Do you get it? Because you can't be a Muslim at one minute and then influence the whole world doing something else. And that is not targeting sisters. It's targeting brothers as well. Do you get it? Because, you know, brothers are jokes, man. Like I find brothers doing it cringe. Sisters doing it, I'm so normalized to it. Like, I think it's so normal. Do you get it?
It's not. It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. But I'm at a stage where I think it's so normal. Do you get it? But when brothers do it, man, it's just so funny, man.
Alhamdulillah. I think today's been a good discussion, and I'm looking forward to the comments with that. And I think don't forget, please do subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon as well, which the details are all in the description. Inshallah. With that, we'll conclude today's session. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shame on you.